All right. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this will actually work for me. Um. Okay. Sounds like it. Yeah, with audio link working fine. And I hate my life. Okay. No, I don't. Just not everything's going to work out well. So hopefully I am visible. Now I'm going to be checking. Okay, so it looks like it sees me as live. And hopefully that is the case. I'm so hoping this will work. Okay, so. Well, you gotta start somewhere. Alright, okay, so Mike, please work on now. Hopefully that'll work. And hopefully this is being seen. Because I can always redo this and have much more time to practice. Is this my... Nope. Where's my... Okay. So I'm going to start out with a 4B pencil. I know that's kinda... You can't really see anything. Okay, great. So that's always helpful. But you can see it on here-ish. Going to do a little scooch forward. Okay, hopefully that can be seen. And hopefully this is working. Fingers ultra crossed. Is that thing being ultra crossed? Is live streaming. Okay. And then yep, hopefully. Okay, great. All right. Trying to respond to a friend and do this. This is ridiculous. Okay, so first thing to do when building a human being. Okay. Is get the base structure down and kind of. So for males, it'll be, I usually draw like a bigger chest. Usually this space right here is about a head space away. Let's see, wait, can I do something like that? Now I'm completely crowded, but you know what, hey. It all works, and this should be about another head space away. And then going to drop down, he has... I think that's roughly about where it goes. So here, let's see. So that's what we're looking at. And then his face kind of comes down towards here. He's got this open gap. And then might have made, let's see, his neck is more in this area, so his shoulders are kind of, he's got more of a hunch to him. Let's see, please tell me I just want to make sure this is... If anyone is watching, how does the audio sound? Because I have the audio here, and it looks okay on my side, but I'm not too sure how it sounds on everyone else's. But you know what? Mistakes can be made, so I don't want to make mistakes. Oh well, whatever. Okay, and then let's see. So shoulder to hip width. I usually have the shoulders bigger than the hips. And then it kind of comes. Usually have sort of like that. Okay, this is bugging the heck out of me. I can't have the camera that close. And it says, okay. I want to check something just to make sure I am not missing anything. Wait, no, come on. Drop that down. No. You know, sometimes you just wish your computer would work for you. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, actually the audio is working perfectly then. Okay, so let's actually get into this. Alright, so kind of coming down here. I think maybe his waist is going to be more right there, because let's see, since his shoulders are up here, that's roughly about it. So the sockets are there. Then his chest is kind of here. He's got, you know, he's worked out a couple times. He's got more of the line there. Here, mid head range is sort of where, because he's got his hunch, you know. And then that head would actually be more here. Drop this down. This kind of comes in. Actually, this might be a little overkill. I'm just like realizing how far out this comes. So it's probably going to be, we'll drop that down just a little bit. And this down a little bit. And then kind of gonna come here, because he's got, okay, so let's see. Hopefully that can be seen. Yeah, so his coat is that, you know, it's more puffed up. And so I think, like, normally if I wasn't on, like, trying to do live stream this, I would probably have this, like, on a flat surface, but oh well, no experiences. Okay, and then gonna come down here. Let's see, what else? His jacket kind of comes and cuts straight through here. He's got his belt. I think that's more of a side. And his jacket kind of curves a bit more into his chest. And then as it hits the waist, it drops down and does like a funny doohickey here. I might have to, because her shoulders... Oh, shoot, now I gotta sharpen my pencil. Where did I stick my knife to sharpen? Oh, there it is. Let's just be real here. These are actual sharpening tools, professional sharpening tools, used by everyone, which is a sharp knife and nothing else. Oh, and a trash can. I probably have a sharpener somewhere, but who knows? Actually, wait. Fancy-ish. Okay. Better idea. I can just stick this in a holder and not, so I won't have to hold my phone and do this at the same time. So let's see. One thing I will say about, like, is this? He's got more of like a divot right here. Divot. I don't know if that's the correct word, but dimple in his jacket. Or not in his jacket, but in his physical, where his collarbone meets the chest muscle. I think that might work a bit better to show what I'm actually trying to show. All right, and then this jacket kind of comes down here. His abdomen kind of here and here, which is probably more there. When I actually get into inking this, it'll be a bit easier, but it will take me a while to get there. Because last time, so I've done like one of their posters before, and this was how far I got, but I didn't lay out like all the background stuff and buildings, and I don't want to go like below this area because I did not like how it looked, but that's why I'm doing a new one. And it took me too long to actually go and try to finish that one, and I just never got around to doing it. I wanted to, but there's always that procrastinating part of me that's like, could I do it? Should I do it? Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should. Okay. Actually, wait. So this kind of comes down here, or his torso comes down here. So it's more. This is where the bottom of his abdomen kind of hits, and he has, or not like where it, at least what's being shown of his six-pack. And then he's got his belly button, which is actually off center, which kind of comes out more here and does a whoop, you know. And then this comes down. So yeah, the belt should be here. That's one thing about drawing in pencil that is always better before you start inking, is if you make a mistake, it doesn't exist. Because you have this magical thing called an eraser, and actually it's probably easier digitally, but I'm just old school-ish. Alright, that's gonna come down. Then, so his chest here is exposed, but it gets a little more hidden by his jacket, which has this curve, and then it kind of sweeps out, just the faintest touch, and that's like that. And then I'm concerned he's wearing, is that 2 belts? Yeah, okay, so it looks like he's wearing 2 belts, which is always what I wear. I mean, when I go out in public, I make sure to have 2 belts. One over my stomach, and one exactly on my waist. So that's how, like, so future people know that's how, you know, you professionally wear belts. If anyone wanted to know. Let's see, fixing, procrastinating, fixing. Oh, can I drop down what I see? There we go. Okay, so then that's going to be shown. Then he's got his fur. And I'm going to officially make it faux fur because I don't think an animal should be skinned to create a jacket. But you know what? I'm okay with cool. I'm cool with faux fur, but not, you know, real fur. Because that makes sense. It does, I swear. No, I'm just talking crazy. Kind of has this little doohickey of coloring coming in. And then it's kind of like some more spikes up here of the fur that sticks out. And then should probably fill in a bit more of his face. Ooh, I need to fix that. All right, and then kind of gonna come up through here, then that, then he kind of has his thing that comes down the other. So this is supposed to be red up in here on these two little side bits. I should probably darken that so that it can be seen. And like heads up, all this of course will be tightened up once I finish going back and inking, because all this will actually be covered over and or erased completely. And then it kind of just comes down here. And then he's got his fur stuff, which is like on this arm. And then right here, which I totally approve of, and I think all jackets, or at least all leather most leather jackets should have, is spikes. I mean, you can't go wrong with spikes. Well, okay, you know what, don't, actually you can go wrong with spikes, but you know what? I was about to say spikes never hurt anybody, but I think that is a falsehood. Okay, wait. Can that be seen a bit better? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, so then let's see, her head. Actually, I'm going to erase this just so that I can perfect this perfectly and no mistakes are needed at all. No mistakes here. I would never make a mistake. So her head kind of comes more, got more of a in here. So let's just move it over slightly. Then her the mask of her face kind of registers more in there. And her jawline is about an eye space-ish away. Her nose kind of pops out here, so she's gonna have a bit more on the side. Her face, okay, that's a bit of a big head. Whoops. Ish. Normally you have to make I normally make my heads bigger than they should be, and I make a huge circle, and then I will normally, excuse me, have to go back. But I just want to get like the basic skeleton of her. Nope, that's too big. So her neck's kind of gonna come in here. And she's got like these spiny things coming across her neck, which wrap down. Her shoulders should. Neck is still a little bit too big. So tighten that. And then for the skeleton structure, all I do is I put basically where the collarbones are going to be located, and then I add the sockets of where the shoulders should be. So her shoulders are about like out here. She's kind of got one shoulder popped up a bit more. And I could actually lower that socket down. And then she has her rib cage coming. Is that too skinny? Might be. because her arm comes out like, let's see, it comes back and then, no, more here and there. And then she's got her hand coming in here. All right, and then, nope, not that. All this will be eventually adjusted so it's all like tightened up so I can still make mistakes in this area. Because if I was actually using my inking tools, it would be a different story. So let's see. Kind of gonna come in here. She's got her, nope, bottom part of her rib cage comes in here. Actually, it lowers a bit, but then she's got more of that pulled down ish. All right, shoulder, and then she's got like the fur. Kind of come, and she's got this, her part of the clothing that comes like down here roughly. All right, and then more of a curvature because she's also got the fur. So, I mean, darn these people and their skinning of animals. Ugh, just terrible. Yeah, I'm the one sitting here who's standing here, who's drawing them. Ugh, just so terrible. Oh, God. I don't really condone acts of skinning animals, but, you know, apparently in artwork I do. It's still a little too... How's that on visuals? Okay, so... And like side note, for anyone that does or is getting into artwork, it's always good to have a space and be able to not, first off, don't put your characters like in the dead center of the page, or whatever you're creating, don't make it in the dead center. And then second, you want to have, wait, I want to check something, because I don't know why it's so high up. I just looked at the actual like physical stream part and I don't know why it's so high up. But so going in here on this side, she's also got like her bun hair, and also kind of coming down here. So the shoulders lead off into the building that has like a quick little part there, and that goes straight up into an angle and then out to the side, then it drops down. So if I'm reading this right, it kind of has like this, let's see, it's about the size of her head, so I should, yeah, roughly around there. And then it kind of comes down there, and it looks smaller on this side because it's farther away from us. And this side is actually brighter and bigger because it's closer. And then it kind of ends more like out here is the ending line, but I didn't like perfectly measure the page so it lined up because I just kind of like to go and fly by the seat of my pants, even though I don't have any wings connected to the seat of my pants, so there's an issue with that. Oh, drawing it too light again. So one thing I really like about soft pencils or anything with a B on it is it's so easy to get that stronger darkness to it. Alright, and then his face is more, it's not like that far over, but he's got his nose here. Lips are located in that area. Wait, right? I'm doing this right. Okay, so eyes are more in this area. And now I'm going to hop over completely to the other, oh shoot. I just realized something. I did this too high. Okay. Well, you know what? Like I said, thank God for erasers. Next step, let's not accidentally erase my life. Wait, it's supposed to be positive? Never mind. I'm supposed to be positive. Okay, so then this kind of has this inlay. And it doesn't go down that far. And then there's like a, you know, something that kind of like sticks up through there. And that's sort of how it looks-ish. Though the height is, this is supposed to technically be higher than there. Okay. So that's more in the range of what it should be. And then technically I made this a bit bigger than it's actually on the image, but beauty of art is nothing will ever be the same no matter how hard you try. I don't care if you use it digitally. Well, even if you make something digitally, it doesn't matter because it will never exactly be the same unless you copy and paste it. So I stand corrected. This person's got like this fancy house. Well, why are you? Oh, there we go. That should hold it. And I could have adjusted this whole thing over, but you know what? No. Nada. Not gonna happen because perfection is not a trait I want right now. Well, it is, but not something I want to be obsessed with. Oh, whoops. Okay, so, I see what I did here. So coming down here, dropping here, and then it ends closer to there. And it's got its like fancy. It's actually not too bad without a ruler. Okay. And then it's got a space. Oh no, that's a tight space. So I can maybe shrink that down just a tad when I actually go back over and inking, because it's funny, because not funny, but it's got these little mountains in the back that don't even go up that high. Where'd my pencil roll off to? Nope, did it go that far? It did. Alright, so let's see. So it's got those little mountains. Okay. Can I angle my phone correctly so it can be seen by the camera? I think not. Alright, and then this jacket's got these metal plating that goes right above his belly button, so it should probably come in here, and then this should kind of come up there. And wait, no, this is all just one piece. So I'll have that and about there. And this is like just the little fragmenty things. Hairs, not fragmenty things. Okay, and then that. One thing I will say, when I originally did my first one, I think the main reason why I stopped was not that I didn't dislike it, it's that I had the ink seeped in too much. So what I probably should have done is just gone back and re-inked a new paper and stuck it over, and I was told that that would probably be my best option. And did I? No, because I decided that I wanted it to be perfect and it wasn't. So I guess I gave up a little bit. So, oh well. Oh, skeleton arm there. And then her hand kind of comes, let's see, so her elbow is going to bend more about right under the rib cage is where the elbow normally bends, unless someone's got abnormally long arms. So yeah, at me, and on me at least, where my elbow bends is like right at the end of the, I can't really show on camera, but you'll have to take my word, at least for me. I don't know about other people, because I don't go measuring people. God, that would be so weird. Hi, I would like to just measure your body proportions. I'm doing a survey. Actually, it's probably been done, but. And then she's got this cybernetic leopard that kind of takes up the bottom, and it's got its head like all the way over here. And kind of ears that, yes, those are, oh, whoops, you can't, maybe you can see it. Let me, what? It doesn't show down that far. Hold on. Hold up a minute. I know, sorry about the bad camera. There we go. You know what I could have done? I have this thing called lowering the camera. That would have worked just perfectly. Instead, I had to go and make it all complicated. Oh, interesting. The interesting thing for me is I finally just got my library audiobook in, so I can go listen to that. I've been, since like quarantine, I have been like binging audiobooks. I swear it's healthy. Look, as long as it's not anything that's harmful, I'm okay. His coat is bigger, but it does kind of come in here. And this sleeve kind of hits like in there. No, actually his arm is tighter to his body. Whoops, my bad. Oh man, I love those times where I get stuck. Okay, so this is kind of going to be the inner part of his elbow. How far? So, yeah, this is so these are going to all be like little spikes in there. And then he's kind of got like So one thing I will go back and add is more like the coat ruffles and like all the ruffles to the stuff, but I want to like finish, it's more like there. I want to finish laying everything out. And yes, I did this kind of quickly, but, or what I mean by kind of quickly is first I should have gone through here and just built the whole skeleton out of the body and then built upon that, but I didn't. But you know what? Nothing's perfect. If it were, I would not be here. I would be floating in space. If life was perfect, yes, that's my ideal dream, to go float in space. And then he's kind of got the seam of his pants kind of comes here. Also right here, he has like this sharp like angle that cuts right off there and then just drops down and hits more. He's got his little tags. It's more like a penguin coat, like the fancy tailed coats. Whoops. Oops, did I? Darn it, I did. How much did I? Okay, so her hand should be roughly, if I'm to take this there and here. Okay, yeah, so like side note for one thing that you can do is either like take a physical ruler or take your pencil and kind of line it up just to see like how well they work out or how well they line up. Let's see. And then she's got her legs more, so I'm going to with her dress. So this leg kind of hits about right there. And so on and so forth, and then there's like a huge car here. But I probably will not be getting to the car because not in this first live stream. I think next live stream I do, it will be easier because I'll already have the basics down and I'll know, oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I will say I'm not used to the like live idea. I'm more editing videos and recording videos makes a little bit, it leaves room for mistakes. That's why I never really enjoyed theater, just because I couldn't like go back and like, ah yes, I made a mistake. How will I fix this? Okay, her hips are a little off right now, but not that much of it. So this is just telling me kind of where her body is, and it's just for my brain to register. Actually, is that visible on the physical? Yes, it is. Okay, so it's just kind of telling me where I can register. Okay, yes, this is kind of like how the proportions are and how to kind of like level everything out. Then let's see over here. So at his belt comes the first arch. And on this side too, kind of curves down here. This is a lot skinnier. It has this arch here. Oh, wait, no. Comes a little... So, like, one thing I will say, since I am going off a previous image, it's not going to be perfect. And I think I already said this, but who cares about perfection at this moment? No, not at this moment, but it's okay not to have, like, everything perfect. I should know from experience because it has stopped me from drawing before, or just painting or whatever. Okay, so let's see. His stomach kind of comes in here. He's got the lower abdominals that probably curve in through here. And then his buckle there. And the second buckle should actually be closer because I raised it up, and right here I'm like going off this last line I made, but the darker line is the line I should actually be going off of. And wait, okay, so never mind. His belt kind of curves a little, or not curves, it's just how it's angled. It's angled like that instead of like this. And then kind of like midpoint is right there. And that looks a bit better. Though this is supposed to be smaller, but I'm not going to make it smaller because not everything is perfect. And I'm gonna sound like a broken record. Great. Just what I want to sound like. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Welcome to the broken record. That would be like a terrible superhero or like supervillain. The adventures of the broken record. He can only repeat what he has heard 1,000 times, and then he says something new. Who's the broken record? Okay, guys, there's this one person who will not stop repeating himself. I think I know who the broken record actually is. One thing I will say with drawing from a previously made image is sometimes with shadows, it's hard to see. So let's see. Yeah, right there. I can't really tell what's going on there, but I'm getting to it. All right. How long have I been going for? 43 minutes. I will take it. And he's kind of got like how the pants fit and the shadows, then kind of like through here, and then right about here. The leopard's head isn't actually that high. I made that a bit higher than I wanted it to be. I just realized after I finish this, I'm going to have to go back and take down like all the attempts I made, because I made like 4 or 5 or something ridiculous. But you know what? Hey, whatever. So right here, it's not like too far, but I'm gonna say right there is where the like hind back legs of the leopard wrap around. Not wrap around, but that's where they curve. So his legs kind of come through here and then down, and then this is kind of like through here, and then it curves up. Let's see. So it never, okay, so I might, like, this is going to be the ending zone of that. So the leopard can't go past that. And then, speaking of which, this actually cuts up a bit to the corner. And then right here is where the far I almost said where the far soldier is. Yeah. So this is one soldier, this is another soldier, and the other soldier is right there. No, I can't even say it. Shoulder. There we go. Okay, it's gonna come down through here. All right. One thing I will say is I've done a really I've worked on perfecting humans, but I've never I gotta sharpen my pencil. I've never really worked on, or I have worked on, but not spent a good chunk of time working on animals or vehicles. So that's like one thing that you can specialize in different types of stuff in art, and that is not one of my specialties, but building humans is, and landscapes at the moment. Okay, so there we go. That makes a better angle for me, or I'm happier with that. Then let's see, torso cuts through here. I'm probably just going to have to how far out does that go? Whoops. Okay, so the actual image, she's lower down. Her forehead is, no, maybe I just shrunk her proportions. Well, she's going to be short now, so, because I think in the image she's probably like 5'10", he's probably roughly 6 foot, like life size, even though this is more like a movie poster, and movie posters or these types of posters do not show exact heights, but I'm guessing she's more like 5'10" or 5'11", and right now I've made her more like 5 foot 6 or something, because her wrist should technically be hitting here, so which would mean is I would have to elongate some of here, but you know what? That is okay. And after this, I'll probably work on perfecting my animals, because, yikes. And if you can't tell, this is supposed to be a jaguar, cybernetic jaguar. I know, crazy, right? Doesn't look like it. Alright. So then the head is kind of flush with the shoulders-ish, because there's this huge, wait, no, that comes out more there, and this comes out more here, boom, ear, and this has got more of a flare to it. It comes, let's see, wait, no, whatever, screw it, I can always go back and fix this. And then it's got here, and this kind of curves up more. I think that looks more like a jaguar's ears, but it's harder to do facial structures with animals, for me at least. Eyes are kind of located. Actually, no, that's... not good. One skill I am not talented in is sounding out, or spelling words, so I have to sound everything out. Okay, so snout. Actually, yeah, that looks really good. I could even make, oh, I could take this a step further and make this like a four-eyed cat. I mean, you know, sort of more like Spider-Eyes-ish. So like do a double thing there and have this more cybernetic, because in the actual image there's this metal piece that comes in here, or it's made to look fur toned, but comes in here. And then, yeah. Okay, wow. I did not actually think I could get this first try. So let's see. The snout. Nope, not right. And that kind of just comes, and this is going to do like, yes, it's going to do like there. Proper English is a professional skill of mine. We'll take this out for now though, because I don't want to get confused, because the eyes are like right in there. That looks like a jaguar, to the best of my ability. Okay, and there's gonna be a little dimple just because like that's where the skull is. Actually, I should probably turn that over there. Then ears come out. Actually, no, this is wanting to be sharper than that. Come in here. Boom. I'm just kind of gonna take free reign of that, and it's got its, yeah. So like one thing I will say with me, at least, when I do create stuff, I adjust, like my brain adjusts everything. So let's see, that's the cat I'm basing off of, and here's with what I'm working, or here's what I'm working with. And so technically the face should line more up here. So I have the option of adjusting this whole head and moving it so like it, you know, lines up better with the person that's actually viewing this. But and I can do that, or I can leave it like this, because the head comes down more there. Actually, I might just do that, because I've been trying to work on my proportion skills and like how everything kind of lines up and how it looks. The one thing I don't like about using pencils with B on them is they just make a huge amount of like darkness. So after you're done kind of like scrubbing everything, erasing everything, not scrubbing everything out, then it still leaves an after image. Plus then you get, you can't probably even see this, but like then you get the leftovers on the paper, or you get like shadows of it because you erase some of it and the eraser's so dark, and then you get the extra shadows on your hand, but oh well. Let me see. Okay, so in this image, they apparently wanted the jaguar to look like it was more about to attack. So ear flare up. That's how a cat looks, 100%. Then you got your whiskers, and then you got your... see, that's a cat. I'm done. Yeah, that looks good to me. Alright, so... the head... because it's got this... This is the back leg, which... where does the elbow hit? Oh, the elbow is supposed to hit with her knee. So, actually, I could just stick with what I had originally. And I think that might be smarter if I did, because if I stick with what I had originally, then I wouldn't have to, you know, make too much of... or have to go back and correct everything. Because then, if I want to base this off, where's her leg? Well, her knee is closer to up here, so then this would have to go up. Then I'd want to push this up, and I'd want to elongate her, and so it's probably better if I just, you know, didn't do what I did. But you know what? Positive side is it was already so dark I can see what's left over. And yeah, so their lips get a little bit puffy. So like in here, snarls. Yes, that's how the official sounds of cats is they snarl at you. Yeah, we're gonna leave that for now, because when you focus on something too much and too high of, like when you just put all your detail into one thing, your brain kind of goes crazy and all you see is that, and then you kind of have to like pull back and realize, how does it look with the rest of it? Okay, so actually, because I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants. There is no seat in my pants, but you know, close enough, right? Actually, to make a seat in the pants, first you stick a pair of jeans on a chair, and then it makes a seat. Or then you're sitting on a seat, so solves itself. This is the wall that comes in through here. And there's like this really dark area that is spread in here, and then there's like a huge... his hand comes in here. Okay, so I'll probably readjust this whole area, because his hand's supposed to have... how it looks to me is his hand gets covered by the shoulders and the jaguar, but I'm going to take my own design, because okay, let's just be real here. That's his wrist. I don't feel like that's kind of what I really want for this, even though I am copying someone else's work, but I want it to look different. His jacket's kind of gonna pop like that. And then of course I will go back and like re-add some of the stuff. Because his belly button looks off, and I'll have to erase that and tune up in here. But I'm not there yet. These are just things I will have to do, not want to do. Okay, so then moving... I know I'm hopping and skipping and jumping away to another thing already. It's like I got ADHD. Ah, how terrible. Let's see. Her kneecap's about there. Oh, also like a trick with making arms and elbows line up is to usually do like a half curve between. So if one leg's popped or higher, or if one knee is higher than the other, what you can do is you can have like a sweeping kind of half circle, and you could use, do I have it on hand? I do. Okay. Hold on. I had candles going. Okay, so you get like the center of it, and then you kind of just drop down and swing. Oh, find the... Boom. And that is... Let me actually check how well it's showing up. Okay, so a little bit. But that's how you get like that nice, perfect looking, you know, leg length. If one's popped up. Hers isn't. She's got her legs straight, but the issue with getting your legs like really straight is the loss of blood to the mind or to the brain, and then you kind of start to tilt and fall over. And well, if you're holding a Jaguar, I don't, even if it's cybernetically controlled, I just don't think that's a good idea. I could even have her arm coming up there with the leash, but I'm not gonna even try. Okay, I'm seeing one issue with this leash. It doesn't meet the collar. And like, anyways, it's stupid to have the leash just attached to the collar because you're, okay, like, I get it's a cybernetic cat and everything, but, you know, still. If the animal runs, then you're going to be choking it. Maybe that's what this lady is, you know, maybe that is the way manipulative type of character she is, or maybe not. We will never know. Actually, I will know because I'm the one that's recreating these characters. Okay, I have hit about an hour and 2 minutes. So, I think I'm going to take a break, and I will come back and I'll go over and redo, or not go over, but I'll do another live stream of me like finishing up the next half, and then it'll probably like take 2 or 3 parts. If this took me an hour, so roughly about like 3 hours to complete the majority of this, and then I can finally start inking. And then that's where we'll get into the fun of like, so I'll probably do like 6 of these, 6 or 7, who knows. All right, if anyone did tune in, thank you, and if you're watching this in the future, I hope you enjoyed, and have a good one.